Okay, now I want to talk a little bit about, I mean, it's been a very, very active day in the silver or in the metals department. Now, I just want to let everybody know one thing, okay? And I'm going to tell them, I mean, these are the operators that are moving this money around in the bank sector. Executives that manipulate this money are the worst scumbags on the planet. And they all need to be first arrested and then held in contempt for, I guess, be charged with crimes against humanity. Now, you're going to see silver come down $3, stay there for a bit, and then go up $3. It's going to be an emotional roller coaster. What they're wanting you to do, and they do this manipulation just to make you motion sickness or give you motion sickness. They make you so sick that you just want to sell it all and get rid of it. And what I'm saying to you, hang on to these roller coaster times. Hang on to any of the metals that you've got right now. Do not buy any type of metal online. Go to a qualified exchange center and do all your purchases. You can order it online. There are metal exchange centers. You can look them up or Google them, and then just do a Better Business Bureau, and search on them and whatever, and you'll get it figured out from there. That's the best way to do it. Do not buy through the banks, okay? The banks are just as bad as these scalpers and scumbags that are out doing the metal manipulation. They are all in bed together, and I mean, it's not the people at the ticket booth or at the tellers that are doing this. They have the numbers that they have to go by, and they're being manipulated by the scumbags there that are sitting in the offices up 2 or 3 stories from the bank center itself. It's a con game. It's a pyramid scheme game, and you are the ones that will end up holding the bag on this. Okay, when it does come down to when the wheel stops, and you're going to get holding the bag. They play these games with you to fuck around with your psyche. They do this all the time. They've been doing it since 1913, since the conception of the stock market. And they have made absolute trillions and filled their pockets with, billions and billions of dollars, and, give it all to their friends, and they're part of the club, and they're a satanic club. And you're allowed to play in their game or in their sandbox as long as you do these very, very evil things. And that's who we're dealing with. They are not a part of society. They are not a part of humanity's compassion. They don't have anything to do with, thinking that they're going to help you. They govern and control governments all around the world, and that's basically the governments they basically have these puppets in place controlling them to control you. Okay, so where does it all sit? Where does it go? Well, I'm going to tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you how to keep yourself and your family safe. Any type of stock that you have on the stock market, get rid of it. Sell it. You don't want to play in their park anymore. Take the money that you get from your dividends, whatever, and go buy physical silver. That's the only way right now. Silver will, buy it on the dip. Shove it right in their face. When they go on the dip, they're going to expect you or the weak ones to sell everything. But what you're going to do is you're going to buy because it's a dip. That's going to freak them out. You do everything in the opposite of what they think you're going to do, and that will crush them. Why do we have governments? Why do we have banks? Can't you control your own money? Do you have to be told from a government what to do? Can you not operate and make money and go along through life conducting the things that you want to do in your life without having been told by a government what to do? They have gotten to such a point and got so out of hand that they want to now, they're trying to talk you into euthanize yourself because you're feeling sick and you got some ailments. On the very same pills they've sold you. They've created the problem, and now they're going to try to give you the solution by saying, well, you know, you're sick, you're going to die, we can just help you along and make it a nice, pleasant death. That's what they're doing now. These corrupt scumbags are so out of control, they've lost their mind. And the weak ones that are out there are swallowing it, hook, line, and sinker. Just like a hungry catfish, you're just taking it all in. And I'm shocked at the amount of delusion and the brainwashing that the left has gotten to themselves into, to a point where they enjoy calling themselves communists because they think the system doesn't work. No, any system that is corrupt will not work. First of all, patriots, you have to understand corruption. You have to understand what you're facing and what you're up against. The cash, the dollar, the Canadian dollar, the US dollar, the British pound, the European euro, they're all dead. They're dying. China is holding, and even China knows that their yuan is dead. They know it's paper. Why do you think that they're holding and controlling and refining 71% of the world's silver industry? They're holding on to it. They're bringing it in by the billions of dollars. And they're not selling it. When it goes into China, it stays there. I could take my silver and go onto the streets of Hsinchu or Shanghai or Beijing and get $250 American for it right now. It'll never leave China. They'll allow me to go in. They'll allow me to sell it on the street. And they'll allow me to leave with American U.S. petrodollar, which is worthless. You see this picture I'm trying to paint you? I am from now on only going to be on Rumble doing my videos. I'll be doing my lives on TikTok at, QFS is free, Alex West, all lowercase. That'll be on TikTok. But I'm going to be doing my videos and opening up the door and not being shadow banned as much. And it'll be harder for them to masquerade as me on Rumble, because they actually do, go after the scumbags and the masqueraders and the copycats that are trying to steal your money. But I'm going to go and do the things that I need to do to bring awareness to the patriots that are out there that are just trying to survive right now. Now, we don't have to be, worried about really anything, because it's all basically in control right now of what's happening. I am testing the waters like you are, but I'm basically with, I've been doing it for so long now, I can see the dangers in the waters. The waters are very, very dark, and they're doing everything possible right now. All these floods and storms that you're seeing around the world, that is the alliance basically flooding the land right now to finish off all their underground corridors for their human trafficking and other movement of any type of illicit drug or anything else. That's what's going on there. Mainly in the lower mainland of British Columbia and, of course, Washington and Oregon. And it goes as far as Montana and Idaho. They're going to clean them all out, and that's what they're doing right now. The commander-in-chief is absolutely relentless. He wants to get rid of the evil. And you know, every person out there that are trying to demonize the commander-in-chief, all they're doing is exposing themselves. You want to protect yourself? Protect yourself. Start using your head. Start getting rid of, stop using the worthless fiat dollar in Canada or United States, Australia, New Zealand, you know, Hong Kong even. Stop using the dollar. It's worthless. Start buying metals. And if you say, well, I can't afford metals. Okay, if you can't afford metals, you can afford copper. Copper is $5 a pound. That's going to go $5 a gram pretty soon. I know it, because there is such pressure on silver right now. They don't have enough to cover. They're losing 180 billion. Is it 180 million tons? 180 million tons a year worldwide that they can't cover, and they're trying to make it up through, you know, gathering up junk jewelry, junk silverware, doing all that stuff, because they know where this is going to go. That's what they're trying to do. They're, you know, the perpetrators and the manipulators at COMEX and J.P. Morgan are all doing their manipulation. They're trying to. They've lost $2.6 billion just in a couple days here because what silver done. 2.6 billion, and it's gonna continue that way. But they're using whatever asset they have left to short the market, to make you think that it's, you know, to give you this roller coaster motion sickness that you get so fed up with it that you just want to sell it off. That's what they're hoping for. And if it sells off, that gives them the inventory that they can hold, and that will save their losses. That's what they're doing right now. You have to play as smart as them. You hold on to what you hold. Know when to hold them and know when to fold them. We're holding, and we're going to stay holding until this whole thing is over with. They will crash and they will die. They will burn and die because they do not have the silver or the metals to cover the asset that is being held on paper. When it comes time for their investors to call for delivery, they're dead in the water. You're going to see them disappear. They either disappear the way they are, or they'll transform or mutate into some other kind of, you know, evil little empire and continue in their scumbag ways. But I just don't think that's going to continue. I don't think the alliance is going to allow them to continue ripping people off anymore. You watch the markets. China right now is, you know, selling the Shanghai Nikkei right now. Markets in Asia right now is selling it for $75 an ounce US. But I see in the United States, even the manipulation, what they're doing right now is just hovering around $70. That's $5. $5 difference. $5 difference. And if you've got 10,000 ounces, that's 50 grand. You know, that's the game that they're playing. They're dealing with billions and tons, or, you know, and we're dealing with thousands of ounces. That's how it's working. And they expect you, but, you know, if you gather up everything that we own in the private sector compared to what they got, we own 100 times, maybe 1,000 times more than they do. Okay, but still not near enough, because there's not that many people holding metals. I'm telling you to get into the game now. Get into the game now. Buy the copper if you can't afford the silver. Start stocking it, because there will become a day that it is going to be just as important as silver is, that gold is as well. All this has to get redone. It has to be all revaluated with no manipulation on anything, including all the currency in the world. That's all going to get redone too. So go buy your foreign currency, whatever you can get your hands on, and sit back, relax, have your cup of tea and coffee, and wait for the big bang. Anyways, my time is up, and we'll see you on the next one.